Hello, welcome back to Graceful Embroidery. In my last video, I showed you how I stitched out some of my freestanding lace designs and how I incorporated strips. Well, I'm going to take it one stage further today, and I'm going to stitch out the Easter egg. And it has a little chick in the middle, and when you buy it, you can stitch out just the chick if that's what you want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the whole thing with strips. So we'll put strips across and we'll put strips up and down. Now, first of all, I want to show you this. This is what happens if you put, if you remember, we're joining the strips with temporary adhesive glue stick, but if you put too much on, it starts to melt the wash away and you get this shrinkage, which we've got there. So you've got to be careful of that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lay our strips in our hoop, and those two there, the white underneath, I think that's a bit tight. See if I've got a bigger one, but they should be right. You need sufficient overlap to put the glue on. So that is not enough. I don't really want to do it with 3 strips vertically, and I do like to aim to have plenty at the sides. No, that's not going to let me do it. I'm going to see what else I've got in my stash, whether I've got some wider ones. Right, I've had a look at what else I've got. I think these ones are just a bit wider. I've just pressed them. I don't think I've ever pressed wet and gone before, but it's a bit it feels like it's going to melt and it's a bit tacky, but it'll be all right. So we're aiming to have 1 inch at the side, 1 inch overlap and 1 inch on the other side, and those 2 bits do it perfectly. So as I said, you want to be very careful that you don't put too much of the glue stick on. Buried it under the... So it's literally a little dab, lots of little dabs rather than really heavy ones. I'm sorry if you can hear next door putting their bin out. I should have ironed this bit down here. I'm just going to give it a dab, but just be careful that you don't make it too. And of course, at the edges, you can put on a little bit of sticky tape, but you don't really want to put sticky tape where it's likely to stitch out. So those are our 2 bits that go across, and then we're going to put... Now these bits are a bit long, and I think I'm going to save them. As you experiment with this, you'll probably find that you'll cut your freestanding, you'll cut your wash away stabilizer larger than necessary so that the offcuts are wider, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put these 2, I should have ironed that one. Too late now, it's got glue on it. And then I iron them in place. Right, I'm going to lift that one up, make sure everything is in the right place here. And then I'm going to lay that one on the top. And my machine has a feature where it stitches around the hoop and around the design. And if you've watched my previous video, you'll notice that that's what I've done. And now I've lost the hoop. I've got so much stabilizer hanging around. Oh, there it is. Silly me. Now at this point I'm going to do a little bit tiny pulling just to get everything reasonably aligned because the hoop isn't quite tightened up. And I think, I have to confess, I've done this before. I wasn't going to waste good videoing time by a bit of tape there and a little one up there and one down the side. Now, I did try and to see what happens if I did it with a larger hoop. I think you have so many strips and they start moving around, and that is not a good idea. So it's fine with a large hoop, but I wouldn't go any bigger. I tried it on my 360 by 200 and got myself into a terrible mess. So I think that's all right. I'm just going to have a look on the back. Tighten that one. And I think just so it looks a tiny bit tidier, I'm going to get the scissors and trim the excess off. Just in case, as I'm not going to stay for the whole stitch out, and I don't want anything to flap over and get caught. And I think that little bit there, I'm just going to stick those two bits together because they're annoying me basically. The tape I'm using is a clear, it's a slightly cloudy sellotape. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now, but it peels off very easily. I use it for all my parcel wrapping and everything. Right, so I think we're all ready, and I'm going to ask the hoop to come over. So this is my freestanding. Now I'm just on my screen doing the stitch out settings, and I've got based around design and based around the hoop. So I'll click apply. I think my arms decided to, oh, that's a good one. It says remove the hoop. I have removed the hoop. I'm going to have to turn it all off and start again. The machine has got confused. I was playing with larger hoops, and as I say, they didn't work out. So in the freestanding lace Easter bunny, it's a little set of a few designs. You have this main design, which I'm going to stitch out now, which is this. And I've taken the chick off the egg, and so you can stitch that out as freestanding lace. And then I've also changed this, and I've added colours. I had to move a few of the elements around because when you stitch out freestanding lace all in one colour, then you can easily have links between the different elements. But if these elements are being stitched in another colour, they can't be in white. So I had to remove those. So on the coloured version, you'll find these lilies here have been pulled down so that the tips touch the border. And then there is a small version of the Easter egg as well. So there are four versions of four designs in the embroidery. Right. Hopefully when it's calibrated, that arm at the back will come forward. Got stuck on a big hoop. Right, I've got to load the design, haven't I? Because I turned it off. The Epic lists icons and tiny pictures of the designs, but also the other is a list, and I must admit I prefer that, because especially when I'm dealing with freestanding lace, the white designs don't really show up. Right, stitch out. Now we have a new bobbin. As it's a Monday, we have a new bobbin. We have a new scrolling up and putting the baste around hoop. Click apply. So we have a new needle and a new bobbin. I'm going to do it in an off-white. I think this is called sand or bone, just so it shows up better for you, really. So it's going to do 2 stitch outs, and I'm going to move the camera slightly so that I can be right in front and I can make sure that everything is flat as it goes round. The moment my machine is set on not cutting the jumper threads. Now, as you see, I lifted up the tape then, but I'm going to put it back down again, just over the edge there. Now, it's just gone over the tape. I don't think that's the end of the world. Well, it is slightly. It's a brand new needle. That's laying reasonably flat. So obviously in some places here we've got 4 layers of wet and gone. So that's our first one. Those 2 outlines are holding everything very nicely, as well as the hoop. Now, as I explained in my last video, when I'm doing freestanding lace, I'm going to take the hoop off and I'm going to cut the bobbin thread. I like to pull the bobbin thread up to the top, go on the back. I'm going to trim off any little bits. It takes a little bit more time but I'm tired this afternoon, as I explained in my last video, it's worth the time. And what I do at this point, it may sound daft, but just in case, I always take it on 1 stitch. Because so many times, sometimes there's an alignment stitch that's in the way. And I tend to hold this now 1 in each hand, or at least separate. And as my machine is not cutting everything, it's going to stop and let me cut those threads nicely. I'm going to stop the machine and I'm going to turn it up to full speed. As you can see, the freestanding lace base is a very, very narrow zigzag, which I spent a long time developing. But that holds everything nicely, and it stitches it and then it comes back and stitches it again. So the base of the Easter egg will take a little while to stitch out. There's a fair amount there. So I'm going to let it run for a little while and then I'll come back later on and show you the development. I've just stopped the stitch out now so that you can see how it's coming along. It's so much. I love doing lace in pastel colours. This lovely pale cream shows up the details much more for you, and as you can see, it's slowly working its way round and moving from element to element. And it started the the chick here in the middle. You will notice that all these pieces are looking very flat. There's no distortion at all. So the freestanding lace is going to come out very well. There, he's finished now. Let's have a look. Just got to do a little bit of trimming. I do like it stitched out in this colour, although it's not very Eastery. It's you can see so much more of the design. I'm just going to trim there and trim that. Whoops. So as you can see, it's there are no issues. I'm going to move the camera back a little bit. The light's failing and I've not got such good visibility. I'm just taking the hoop off. I'm going to take him. Here we are. So as you can see, it's all worked out perfectly. There are no issues at all. And let's just have a look at the back. Yeah, that's fine. So there you are. There's no reason to throw your scraps of wash away stabilize away. You can carefully overlap them, and I've used I've used 4 pieces on this one, and it's stitched out perfectly. Thank you for watching, and this little set of freestanding lace designs is now available on my website. And until next time, happy embroidering.